welcome to the Slasher Hour. I'm Lurch.
I'm Darkman.
Sit back and crack a cold one, but before we do, sadly, a friend of mine and a fellow musician had passed away on Saturday. So, those two are for him. These two are for us. This one's for Dan. Rest in peace. There is a GoFundMe page set up for his family. If you'd like to donate, you can DM me on my social media accounts at Louis Moss or Lurch Frankenwilks on Facebook and Instagram. My Instagram is Lurch Frankenwilks, but my Facebook is Louis Moss. And if you'd like to donate, you can DM me and I can get you that information. So, let's get started on our episode. So, I thought tonight we would do a Scream horror movie review. And we're going to go from ranking our top Scream movies all the way to the brand new one, which we will do a review. We will watch the trailer to give you a review of our thoughts of what we think is going to entail. So, Scream 1 was released on December 20th of 1996. It stars Neve Campbell, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, Matthew Lillard, Rose McGowan, Skeet Ulrich, and I'm gonna murder his name. I'm so sorry. Drew Barrymore. And Jamie Kennedy also. It was written and directed by Wes Craven, and the box office was $173 million. Now, for me, this movie really brought back Wes Craven. Mm-hmm. He had a lot of success in the 80s, but he did. When he did Nightmare on Elm Street, he did People Under the Stairs, Serpent and the Rainbow, and then he had a lot of downfalls, like Vampire in Brooklyn. So when he came out with this, was a fucking masterpiece. Mm. I loved the very first sequence of this movie opening up. It just opened up and it felt like a different sort of horror movie, and I absolutely love it, and it's one of my favorites, obviously. I got Ghostface right here. Boom. Where's your Ghostface tattoo?
Don't have one.
Motherfucker. My favorite kill is going to go with Drew Barrymore. The opening scene to that movie is breathtaking. I love the way he taunts her. I love the way he overall, just a different sort of killer. And I love that. What about you? I got to close this quick.
I still like when, can't remember her name.
Rose McGowan?
Yes. Goes through the dog door, the cat door.
So stupid. So
funny.
Fucking stupid.
It's funny.
So fucking stupid. And then we'll go with Scream 2. And now, Scream 2 stars Neve Campbell, David Arquette, Jamie Kennedy, Sarah Metcalf, and Timothy Oliphant, Levi... Shit, I cannot pronounce his last name. Jada Pinkett Smith and Jerry O'Donnell.
Levi Schreier?
Yeah, Levi Schreier, is that it?
Levi
Schreiber.
Schreiber. Yeah.
I'm murdering everyone's name. I did not know that's how you pronounced it.
Yes.
He plays Cotton Weary.
He also plays on can't think of his name now. Ray Donovan.
Oh yeah. He's also in the plays Sabretooth in the X-Men movies. The X-Men Origin movies. Yeah, he was in that. It was released in December 12th of 1987. Also, December 12th, 1997, yes. And it box office to $172.4 million. So, only $1 million less. Not even $1 million less. The first one was 173. The other one was 172.4. So, I mean, it did really well. My favorite kill from that movie is when the two cops are taking Sydney and her friend, and they get stopped by the killer, by Ghostface, and he murders him in the car. That was fucking great. Let's go with.
But did you know that 2 is considered to be the best out of all the Scream movies so far?
I would strongly disagree with that.
A lot of horror.
I would strongly disagree with 2 being the best. Number 1 is the best. I'm going to get that out of the way. Number 1 is the ultimate best Scream movie ever. There's nothing that compares to that movie. The movie's awesome from start to end. Mm-hmm. 2 really isn't that great. The kill scenes are good. I like where he kills Sarah Michelle Gellar in that movie. He tosses her off the top of the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
that
good.
was a good
And he was
one,
like a copycat killer.
Yeah.
And then you find out it's Billy Loomis's mom and Timothy Olyphant. And it's just, I don't know. Timothy Olyphant at the end kind of ruined his part. I don't know. I didn't like him in that. Then Scream 3 also stars Neve Campbell, David Arquette, and Courtney Cox. This one box office at $161.8 million. And it was released in February 6th February 4th, 2000. My favorite kill scene from Scream 3 has to be the house explosion. Scream 3 really wasn't that great of a movie. Cottonweary dies in the very beginning of it. I don't know. I wasn't impressed by it.
See, and I didn't watch anything after 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You never saw 3?
No, because it's basically the same thing. Everybody's trying to kill Sydney.
Right.
You know.
So you don't know who the killer is?
No.
No, I won't tell you. But we all know who it is. It's Sydney's brother. Anyway, so the house explosion, even though it only kills one person, that's a super creative way to kill somebody, and it's a really cool one. I'm gonna go, and then moving on to Scream 4 was released April 15th, 2011, and it was directed by Wes Craven. Also, it stars Courtney Cox, David Arquette, Neve Campbell, and Patrick Dempsey is in this one too as well.
Wow.
No, Patrick Dempsey is in 3. I'm sorry, not Scream 4. My mistake. Patrick Dempsey is in Scream 3, not 4. Scream 4, and then it box officed at $97.2 million. So this is the significantly worst one. I did not care for Scream 4. The kill scenes on it are amazing. I just didn't care for the plot. It felt like they were just trying to redo 3. You know, it was the whole premise of it was to redo a remake. You know, and I didn't care for it. There was a couple of really good kill scenes in it. The kill scenes really saved the movie, but Scream 4 was really crap. So my favorite kill scene, obviously you've never seen it, so it's Olivia's death. She gets basically gutted out in her bedroom, which was awesome. So that's my favorite one. So let's watch the trailer for the new one, and we'll give you our thoughts on what we'll give you our thoughts on what it is. Girl typing on a phone.
And they still have a landline for some reason.
Yeah, they have a still landline.
This isn't funny, Amber.
When you like to play a game, Vera.
Doors unlocked. All doors locked. Doors unlocked. Hello?
It's happening. 3 attacks so far. Do you have a gun?
I'm Sydney Prescott. Of course I have a gun.
Something about this one just feels different.
Samantha? I know who you are. I've been through this a lot. This is your life now, which means that whoever this is going to keep coming for you. You ready for this? Never.
There's certain rules to surviving.
The attacks were all on people related to the original killers. Whatever his link is to our past, it's pulled us all back here. And I won't sleep until he's in the ground.
Hello, Sydney. It's an honor.
All right, now we're back. Sorry, I had you turned around there for a second. Okay, so since we watched the Scream 5 trailer, my initial thought is that it is going to have absolutely nothing to do with Sydney. Excuse my voice is really hoarse. You know how in the middle of it when Dewey says this something about this feels different. Mm-hmm. I think that's going to be. I don't think that they're going to be in it long. I think it's like them passing the torch to the next generation of horror fans. And
although he did say hello, Sydney.
Right, he did say hello, Sydney. It's an honor, and I think he means it. I honestly think that David Arquette, Courtney Cox, and Neve Campbell will all die within the first. I honestly think that David Arquette will die within the first 40 minutes of the movie. I think all three of them die in this movie, and that it's going to be, or they're not really going to be a part of it. Like they'll be in it, but the parts that you see in the trailer are the only parts that are in it. But I think that Dewey dies. I think that David Arquette dies. I think that Neve Campbell dies, and I think Courtney Cox all die. And it's like they're being killed off to be passed on to the next one. Mm-hmm. I am going to watch it, although I don't have high hopes for it. I think the kill scenes will be disgustingly brutal, and honestly, that will be the best part of it. Yep. But I don't think the plot's going to be that good. I see it as a way of them transcending into something different with the story. I don't know how I feel about that.
All right.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I think I will go see this one just because, after 2 I just didn't feel like seeing any more Screams, but this one, I don't know. This one looks different.
3 and 4, I mean, you should watch them.
Yeah.
You should watch them. They're definitely entertaining. As far as them being as good as the first 2, as being good as the first one. The first one was awesome. The second one it's okay. It really is okay, but it's not my favorite. Mm-hmm. And 3 and 4 are diminishedly down. You could sell them in the box office. And Scream 4 came out in 2011, only made $97.2 million in the box office.
Yeah.
That tells you something. As opposed to the first movie that came out with $173 million. All right, and that's a fan favorite. That is a fan favorite. And there's a theory that Stu is still alive. So maybe he comes back. If they brought Stu back somehow, it would be cool if they did it right. Okay? So if you're a fan of all the movies like I am, if you've watched them, you have always been under the impression that Stu is dead. Mm-hmm. And everybody has said that. However, his death in the movie is kind of lame because he just gets a TV knocked on his head. You could survive that. Billy Loomis was shot in the face and stabbed multiple times. If, let's say, that Stu is alive. Let's say, hypothetically, Stu is alive. Okay. If he was somehow, locked away and the FBI was using him as a way to profile other Ghostface killers, that would be an interesting take on it. If he was alive and then all of a sudden Dewey knew about it, that would just be stupid. Yeah. I think that if he was alive, then Dewey would have no idea that he was alive. Because they had, saved his life and then put him in
and if Dewey knew about it, he would have told Sydney. Mm-hmm. Right off the bat.
Well, and it's kind of a slap in the face if you do it where Stu was alive and Dewey knew about it the whole time. Because it feels like to me as a horror fan that would just be just sloppy writing. Mm-hmm. Be completely shitty writing. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that would be fair.
Right.
So that would be an interesting take on it, though, if he was alive. Mm-hmm. So, but I honestly don't think that Neve Campbell, David Arquette, or Courtney Cox will be really a big impact on this movie. It'll just be they're in it, but not for very long. Yeah. So I do like where Dewey's dropping the bullets down, and he's coming after him. I do think that's where he dies, though, and I think that if he does die, it's gonna be sad, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about them passing the torch to somebody else. I think the kill scenes are gonna be elaborate and huge. But you also got to remember that every one of these movies is based on how actual serial killers, horror movies actually work.
We just watched something on TV yesterday about what Scream is based on. It's happened in Gainesville.
That
Gainesville, Florida. where this guy would only kill, but he would only kill brunettes. He would rape them and kill them
Huh.
with a hunting knife.
Is that? But did he stalk him on the phone?
No, he stalked them at their apartments and he would watch them and all that stuff.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah. He actually, this guy was skinny as hell, and he actually, one of the last kills he did, it was a double, and he saw the brunette, and then her guy roommate, really athletic, came home, waited for that guy to fall asleep. Well, she was in the shower or something, and knew where to cut him and overtake him, so that guy would not, push him off or anything like that, and just kept stabbing him and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
When was this?
I think late 80s. I'd have to look it up. Yep.
He's not with us.
But what do you feel about the spoof movie?
Scary movie.
Scary movie.
Did you know that the original title for Scream was called Scary Movie?
Mhm.
And then they ended up taking that
Yeah.
and using it as a spoof? I think the Scary Movie movies are hilarious.
Oh yeah.
They're hilarious. They make fun of all sorts of horror movies. I find them entertaining. Yeah. So, cool. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this not being directed by Wes Craven. Did you ever watch the show, the MTV show,
What?
Scream?
No, I don't think
That was directed by Wes Craven. They did, I think, 3 seasons before he passed away. Don't quote me on that because I'm not sure.
When did it come out?
My phone's right there. I don't know. Yeah, Google it. God, it was an entirely different feel. The entirely different story, entirely different mask, and I loved it.
It was Ghostface or a TV show?
It's called Scream TV show. It was on MTV.
215 or 20.
Is it on
2000.
Netflix now? Let me see. Okay, yes, this is the MTV show. It's an entirely different mask. It's an entirely different feel. Although the Ghostface mask from the show is really cool. A lot of people hated it. I liked it. I loved it a lot. I suggest if you haven't seen it, is it streaming on Netflix? Is that what it said? Because it's over. Watch now. Okay, you can watch it with the Netflix subscription. Yeah, it was on from June 30th, 2015 to July 10th of 2019, and it was 3 seasons, and it got canceled because Wes Craven passed away. So, but if you haven't seen this TV show, check it out.
Why didn't you tell me about this in 2019?
I didn't know you would do that.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't know I was supposed to tell you everything.
Wow.
I don't know. I suggest if no one else has seen it, like you should really check it out. It's a really good show. Really different take on the whole story. It's an entirely different story. It is very cool. I actually really, really love it. So if you haven't seen it, I suggest checking that out. And then check out 3 and you said you never saw 3 or 4?
Nope.
3 is so lame. So is 4.
I think the reason why people like Scream 2 so much are the kills are almost better.
Oh, well, and you got to remember, most of these movies are based about how actual slasher movies work. You know, they have movies within the movies. You know how they had the movie Stab in the movie? Well, in Scream 3, David Arquette is protecting one of the actresses that is in the movie Stab. Okay. Which is cool because, like, it's like a movie within a movie, and they're talking about a movie. No. So the first one is about how to survive a horror movie. The second one is like, what do you do in a sequel? The third one's a trilogy. The fourth one is a remake. Now, what's the fifth one going to be about?
I think I might have remembered seeing the opening of Scream 3. Maybe. They were in the movie theater?
No, that's Scream 2.
That's
the opening
Scream 2,
of Scream
okay.
3 is
Never
where
mind
Cotton Weary dies.
Okay.
Okay, he goes home and he's going to his girlfriend, and the killer calls him. And that's like the best part of that whole movie, except for the house explosion, which only killed one person, but it was really classy. I did not like Patrick Dempsey in this movie, And a lot of Scream 3 was a lot about like they used a lot of like, you know, her mom was dead and the killer would like wear this bloody sheet and like stole her voice, and it was a little too like Nightmare on Elm Street, if you get what I'm saying. You know, it was too like there was too much elements of Nightmare on Elm Street on it, and I didn't care for that. You know, I like the you know the simplicity of the first one, and I thought that would carry over to the third one, and I thought the third one was going to be the last one. It was going to have this big uproar or like one of the killers die, and then when Scream 4 came out, I thought that maybe, you know, David Arquette or Neve Campbell was going to be one of the killers, but it was supposed to be the premise of the remake. Turns out it's not them. I didn't care for it. Except for the kill scenes. There's one kill scene where this cop gets stabbed in the forehead. That's fucking great. And then the new director is Kevin Williamson, and he wrote all of the Scream movies. So, and he may not be bad of a director because he did write and direct this one. So, I got high hopes for it. Not gonna be. I'm gonna go in the movie into the theater that day optimistic. When does this movie come out?
January 14th.
Of 22?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think I worked that day because I just got my work schedule out. But I'm going to go.
Play hooky.
I'll just go see it after work.
And fall asleep.
Well, we could do like Thursday night matinee.
Yeah.
They always do like a Thursday night matinee because they're hyping up the shit out of this movie. So.
Maybe they'll have a Ghostface walk around the theater like they did.
They did in Halloween Kills? Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Ow. Son of a bitch. Well, like I said, you got anything to add?
Nope.
I don't either. So, like I said before, if you guys anybody out there wants to donate to a friend of mine, a fellow musician who sadly passed away on Saturday, he left behind his wife and 2 children, you could DM me on Facebook at Louis Moss or DM me on Instagram at Lurch Frankenwilks, and I can get you that information. So, until next time, I'm Lurch.
I'm Darkman.
And you've been slashed. Go ahead and say it.
I hope this recorded.
Yeah. We probably did.